Happening tonight in Dalton, village officials there are planning to hold two separate meetings.
So for months, Mayor Tiffany Henyard has been at the center of scandals and lawsuits. Our Regina Waldrop is joining us live with some of the details. Regina, you've been covering this story for months. This could be a confusing night for residents with these dueling meetings.
It could, Alex, because we have Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard set to hold a village board meeting here at Village.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard faces political turmoil amid corruption allegations. Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard finds herself at the center of a political storm, facing serious allegations of corruption, abuse of power, and financial mismanagement. Once seen as a rising star in local politics, Henyard is now under intense scrutiny for reasons far removed from her previous public service achievements. Her sudden downfall has sent shockwaves through the community, leaving citizens and political analysts questioning the integrity of Dalton's leadership. Since her election, Henyard, Dalton's first female mayor, has faced criticism for mismanagement, ethical violations, and an autocratic leadership style. However, recent developments have escalated these accusations, with claims emerging that she used her position for personal gain. These allegations have raised serious concerns about ethical standards in Dalton's government and potential misuse of taxpayer funds. The situation took a dramatic turn when Henyard's romantic partner became involved in the controversy. In a stunning courtroom revelation, her boyfriend testified under oath, delivering damaging statements that painted a picture of widespread misconduct. His testimony included allegations that Henyard diverted municipal funds for personal luxuries, such as extravagant vacations and high-end shopping sprees. He also claimed that she awarded lucrative contracts to businesses owned by friends and family, bypassing local procurement laws and ethical guidelines. Perhaps most damaging of all, Henyard's former partner alleged that she accepted bribes from local contractors and developers in exchange for favorable treatment, prioritizing private interests over the well-being of Dalton's residents. These revelations sent shockwaves through the courtroom, with witnesses describing Henyard's visible distress as the accusations unfolded. At one point, she erupted into a furious outburst, shouting at her boyfriend and disrupting the proceedings, adding to the drama and fueling speculation about her potential guilt. Public reaction was swift and intense. Social media platforms were flooded with criticism, as many Dalton residents expressed outrage and called for her immediate resignation. Legal experts suggest that if the allegations are proven true, Henyard could face severe consequences, including criminal charges, financial penalties, and removal from office. The scandal has significantly impacted Dalton's political landscape. Several city council members, once seen as Henyard's allies, have distanced themselves from her, with some publicly calling for her resignation. Even her most loyal supporters appear uncertain, further fracturing her support base. Meanwhile, her defense team argues that she is the target of a politically motivated attack orchestrated by her rivals. They claim the timing of the allegations, just months before a major election, is no coincidence, and that political opponents are using the scandal as a strategy to undermine her campaign. However, with mounting legal challenges and increasing public backlash, it remains unclear whether Henyard can survive this crisis. The investigation into her alleged misconduct is ongoing, and more revelations are expected in the coming weeks. One of the most striking aspects of the case is the role played by Henyard's romantic partner, who was once part of her inner circle. His damaging testimony has shattered the image of unity among her closest allies, exposing deep divisions in her camp. Public perception of Henyard has shifted dramatically. Many Dalton residents, once proud of her trailblazing role as the town's first female mayor, now feel betrayed. Even if she is ultimately exonerated in court, the damage to her public image may be irreversible. Beyond the political consequences, the scandal has raised serious concerns about Dalton's financial stability, with residents fearing that her alleged misuse of taxpayer funds could have long-term effects on the town's economy. Observers warn that the scandal could have far-reaching consequences for Dalton's political future. If Henyard is found guilty, the town may face a leadership crisis, with growing calls for an early election or the appointment of an interim mayor to restore stability and public confidence. The courtroom drama surrounding Henyard's boyfriend's testimony was intense, with new revelations emerging rapidly. Her emotional outburst during the proceedings became a focal point of media coverage, further fueling speculation about her guilt. Social media continues to explode with criticism, with many Dalton residents demanding her immediate resignation, to put an end to the political chaos. As the case against Henyard strengthens, the stakes could not be higher. If convicted of corruption, she could not only see the end of her political career, but also face legal consequences, including criminal charges and potential imprisonment. Beyond her personal fate, the scandal raises broader concerns about the integrity of Dalton's local government and its long-term stability. Henyard's situation remains fluid, with ongoing investigations and more revelations expected. Her legal team is working hard to defend her, but public patience is wearing thin. The once promising political career of Tiffany Henyard is now in jeopardy. Whether she will be able to clear her name remains uncertain, but what is clear is that the people of Dalton are demanding answers. The political fallout from this scandal will likely reverberate for years to come. Tiffany Henyard's political downfall now seems inevitable as those closest to her turn against her. It appears that federal investigators are capitalizing on this strategy, with rumors circulating that Henyard's boyfriend, Kamal Woods, is now in custody and providing crucial information about her alleged shady dealings. With each new revelation, the extent of corruption within her inner circle becomes more apparent. Nearly everyone around her appears to be entangled in federal fraud and theft cases, making this a rapidly escalating situation. Perhaps the most shocking aspect of all this is how quickly Kamal Woods allegedly betrayed Henyard. Given the circumstances, it's hard to blame him. If Tiffany is facing serious jail time, cooperating with authorities likely seems like his best chance to protect himself and, more importantly, their child. The big question now is what role Kamal played in all of this, and why he is being targeted. To fully understand the situation, it's important to break it down. For years, Tiffany Henyard managed to stay under the radar by surrounding herself with equally questionable individuals, creating a network of scapegoats who would absorb the blame while she remained untouchable. As the mayor of Dalton, she allegedly orchestrated a series of dubious activities, but her house of cards finally came crashing down when she suddenly disappeared from the public eye, leaving everyone questioning her whereabouts. Rumors suggested she was laying low, hoping the investigation would die down before she could make a grand return as though nothing had happened. However, her confidence in being untouchable proved to be her biggest mistake. She believed she had created a system in which she was protected by a loyal circle of associates who would be willing to take the fall for her. But she underestimated the federal investigators, who strategically applied pressure, causing her allies to turn on her one by one. As her options dwindled, even those closest to her saw no choice but to save themselves at her expense. The most damaging betrayal came from none other than her boyfriend, Kamal Woods. When he realized that his own freedom was at stake, he didn't hesitate to turn on Henyard. Faced with the prospect of ending up behind bars himself, Kamal began talking fast. What makes this betrayal even more shocking is that Kamal Woods is no ordinary boyfriend. He is deeply tied to many of the questionable dealings that have put Tiffany in the hot seat. Court documents from her divorce have officially named him as her partner, but his influence in Henyard's inner circle goes much deeper than just their romantic relationship. His willingness to cooperate with authorities suggests that his hands are far from clean. It's likely that Kamal played a significant role in the web of corruption that investigators are now unraveling. By cooperating with the feds, Kamal is likely hoping to reduce his own liability. His testimony and the evidence he provides could be the final blow to Tiffany's political career and potentially her freedom. Federal authorities appear to have known exactly how to dismantle Tiffany's protective circle, targeting those closest to her in a strategic way. They've created a domino effect, where each person faced with legal repercussions opted to talk rather than take the fall for the embattled mayor. This strategy has worked flawlessly. As Henyard's allies crumble, she now finds herself with nowhere to hide. Those who once stood by her are now testifying against her, exposing a web of fraud, financial mismanagement, and abuse of power that has rocked the town of Dalton. The investigation has revealed just how deep the corruption runs, and it's becoming clear that Tiffany's entire operation was only effective as long as her allies remained loyal. When the pressure mounted, self-preservation took priority, and the loyalty she once depended on quickly unraveled. As the case continues to unfold, the public is watching with anticipation, wondering just how much more will be uncovered.